respect our existence, expect our, isn't that good?
We thank you for having us as visitors. We thank you also for being so gracious at our mispronunciation of your language. We are trying. As well, we thank the administration of the Thompson Rivers University for allowing us to gather on this beautiful campus that is expanding so well. As a member of the Kamloops Area Preservation Association, I just want to make one thing very, very clear. We support mining as an integral component of the economy of Canada, of the economy of British Columbia, and of the economy of the city of Kamloops. What we do not support is a huge open pit, dust spewing mine in our backyard. And that's what we want to hear. Thank you. Up until today, as Mel Rothenberger wrote in his column this morning, we have taken a calm, rational approach. Instead of stirring things up, we've been doing a myriad of other things to create public awareness of this project.
Start stirring, baby.
And that's just what I was going to ask. Is it time to get stirred up?
Yeah!
Stop Ajax mine! Will Ajax steal our pure, clean air?
Yes, they will. They just don't care.
I take great pleasure in introducing an elder of the Kamloops band, Evelyn Camille.
I'm honored to be here to help in protest the Ajax mine. Our chief and council had an agreement while I was on council for 12 years with Ajax, but it was only to do a feasibility study, a heritage study on the lands that Ajax wishes to use. And from most of the study that I have seen, and I have gone up there and seen with my eyes, the artifacts that are out there that represents our people, the First Nations of the Secwepemc. And it is there. Do we not have a right to protect our heritage?
Yes!
Yes! Do we not have a right to work together to protect what is left of Mother Earth?
Yes!
In many of our gatherings, feasts, we ask for prayer and guidance. I will say the prayer in my language, and I will try to speak in English in the prayer, because that is the way of our people. So in your own hearts, ask for the guidance and the wisdom of the greater powers to hear us today. And you see this flag that I carry. It represents the 4 nations of the land: the black, the yellow, the white, and the red. And that we must work together as one nation to protect what is left of Mother Earth. Learn from each other instead of one family across the bridge, one family across the street.
Hey, hey.
Yeah.
We must know each other, and we must respect each other's culture, language, and tradition. For this is what will keep us strong, and our prayers will be heard. Before I go on, I will say a little prayer. Oh, our great Spirit, we ask for your guidance and your wisdom and your strength today. I ask that you look upon all my relatives that are here, O great Spirit, and give them the strength and the wisdom and the understanding. Most of all, Great Spirit, give us the strength to go on, to do the things that we must do to protect Mother Earth. Great Spirit, guide us and give us the wisdom. You mean that and provide the Great Spirit. As we ask you today, I ask that you look upon all the people that are here and bless their homes, O Great Spirit, and bless all the children. Help us, O Great Spirit, that we could work together to leave something precious for all our children here on Mother Earth. This I say with all my relations. So, Earth Sem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emma. That was very moving, and we all thank you. Now I'd like to introduce to you a woman who is living here in Kamloops by choice. She grew up here, left, returned here after traveling the world, and chose Kamloops to live to raise her family. I'm delighted to present Gina Morris, a founding member of the Kamloops Mums for Clean Air. Gina.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. And as Donna already did, but I would like to say again, a big thank you to the people who today are with us representing First Nations, and to acknowledge that we are gathering on the unceded territory of the Secwepemc First Nation. When I first learned that When I first learned that the Ajax mine was proposed in Kamloops, it was about 2 years ago, and my little girl, my youngest daughter, was 3 years old. And my immediate thought was, I do not want my children to be part of a 23-year experiment on their health. Kamloops Physicians for a Healthy Environment have told us that by degrading our air through mine emissions, it makes low-grade smokers of our children and of us all. So imagine this. You see a small child, perhaps it's your child or someone else's, sitting on the floor, piling up her blocks, and you glance over and notice that there's a cigarette lit and dangling out of the corner of her mouth. It isn't her choice if this kind of air condition comes to her environment. It isn't her choice to smoke at that point. An 18-month-old child, a 10-year-old child. Children breathe more than adults, and so they're more susceptible to air pollution. And as their lungs are not fully formed until they are 10 years old, they stand to be burdened by a lifetime of diminished lung function. I don't think that's a fair outcome for any child. They should be allowed to breathe and run and feel healthy in their bodies just like all the rest of us have been able to do.
Here, here.
So how is it fair to make smokers out of the children of Kamloops? The choices we make are the realities our children will live. This mine is too close. Mining is important, but we need to call on our government to not be hasty when it comes to where mines are located. Currently, all of the diesel emissions in our valley, that's from all of our highway arteries and for all industry in Kamloops, that diesel emission count will double if Ajax mine comes to Kamloops. How is it responsible to have diesel emissions occurring within 3 kilometers of elementary schools and neighborhoods when diesel is now considered a Group 1 carcinogen? And a finding that was found by the World Health Organization, and it was discovered through people who do mining work, that this is a detriment to the health of human beings. Yeah. And I would like to leave you with one thing. There is a 2009 Ministry of Mines document that details core log data that does not give detailed assay results, but which gives us clues as to which metals, and certainly potentially harmful metals, should be studied at the proposed mine site. It shows that 7 drill holes contained measurable uranium. Yet uranium... Good for you. And uranium is... As uranium does not appear on KGHM's lists of substances to study, I find it deeply concerning, as there is documentation. Uranium does work against the reproductive organs of our children, and I think our children deserve to grow up and become parents just like we've had that chance. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
We have some pretty strong women in this group. Oh, I'm so pleased to introduce you to Ruth Madsen, who spearheaded the very, very successful ACC campaign.
What I brought today was documents to show you and to show at the meeting today. The proposed smelter is in their document. And one of the reasons it's not in the application is the zoning is already there for a smelter with an agreement between New Gold and KGHM Ajax Mine. I've been doing some research on students who had hair samples taken for the mercury from the last Afton mine smelter, and one of the things they found was a quarter of a mile from my house. They found mercury on the ground, and that's at the top of First Avenue and Columbia Street. And you know how far away that smelter was. Well, now we're looking at another proposed smelter. I know that Bronwyn put out a press release today that's going to deal with that. I wanted to raise this and bring it so that the city of Kamloops begins to realize what we truly are looking at.
Some young kids that are 17, 16 years old that want a future for themselves, and they want a future that they can be able to go home every day and not go all the way up to the damn oil fields and be away from their families and be the next generation of fallen workers around.
Affect all of us. Red, white, black, yellow, and all the beautiful blends of colors in between. Now, each one of us needs to take action. Students, tell the heads of your departments and tell the president of the university that this mine will only do damage to the worldwide reputation of this university in academic circles. Even if you live somewhere other than Kamloops, this project, if approved, will set a dangerous precedent for the rest of Canada. First Nations bands, please exhort your elders and your band councils to protest this mine as the rape of our land. And for the rest of us, we need to put into letters that you have to put a stamp on and mail. They carry more weight than emails do. So please, write to our council and mayor, write to your MLAs, write to your MPs, even though we've all done it before. But let them know that we're not giving up. We want to impress upon the ministers of the environment and the ministers of health, provincially and federally. Especially write to Premier Christy Clark and write to Prime Minister Stephen Harper. This mine is not good for the citizens of Kamloops or as a precedent for the rest of Canada. So, thank you for coming.
workshop, and you probably could have held it in a phone booth, but there were about 25 people from the public there, and in the general. Yeah, okay, so can you hear me now? Yeah. All right. So I can just yell. Yeah, all right. So last night I was at the workshop and I asked the question, does Ajax plan a smelter in our community? Because there's land already zoned for a smelter up there. There's going to be a big power line going by. There are lots of other copper mines around. The grade of copper at the Ajax site is low. Plus, last year, when there was the written public commentary, somebody asked, are you going to build a smelter? Well, they referred that answer to one document and then it referred to another document, and that document said that will be considered as an alternative means of carrying out the project. So, last night, I laid that out and I asked the question, does Ajax plan now or any time in the future during the life of the project or to extend the life of the project to build a smelter? Dan Ferreter, VP Environmental of KGHM Ajax, said, we're not discussing that, we're only discussing this present application. I said, yes, I know, but I want to talk about the project. I want to know if you plan to build a smelter. No, we're not going to talk about that tonight. He says, we're only talking about this permit. No, I said, you have to answer me now. The city needs to know. Are you going to build a smelter? He wouldn't answer the question. Finally, someone in the audience said, you're not answering your question. So to me, the refusal to say no, we are not going to build a smelter in this community means yes, they plan to build a smelter in this community.